It is 5 o'clock in the morning. It's still dark out. And you guys know there's only one thing that I get up this early for, and it's a good day of junkin'. We're finally here. I'm so happy right now. This is the stuff of dreams. This is one of those flea markets that every picker has been wanting to go to forever. And I am so excited that I get to go there today with my husband, Jesse, and I get to take you guys with me. And I have no idea what's in store. I've never been to Texas before, so I don't know what it's gonna be like. I've watched a couple good YouTube videos on this. I don't know if any of you guys watch Exo McKenna. She's amazing, and she went here last month and found some really good stuff. So I don't know how the mid-century modern's gonna be, but I'm really hoping to find some really unique designer pottery, maybe a couple art pieces, and the main thing I'm looking for today is jewelry for my online shop. So that's easy to take back with me in the luggage. So I'm ready. I hope you're ready. Let's go on an adventure.
Take me back to the old dirt road where Mama and Papa used to go. Let's sing all them songs from a long time ago and pine for them old days of yore.
Whoa. First thing when you walk in the door, look at all of these blankets. Oh my goodness, I see a gorgeous one right there. It looks like a Canton quilt. Look at the colors on it. And the pricing looks like it's really good. This one's got $15 on it. Oh my goodness, I might have to come back as soon as this vendor is here in their space. This is amazing. This is gonna be nuts, you guys. Here we go. This is beautiful.
On you, girl.
It's really pretty. I love the color of the amber. Wow, look at that bolo tie. That would hurt my neck. It's huge. Oh wow, look at that necklace with the bear. That's amazing. Oh my goodness, the belt buckle. Oh my goodness, the bracelet. That is incredible. Look at the scale of that. I'm gonna be broke before I get through the first building.
Hell, I come 40,000 miles over here to see what them pretty little lips gonna do to me, baby. But every single time that I come around, it seems you got another man trying to keep you down.
$60 for the pair.
You're welcome to pick them up.
My first find of the day.
Insane, but I made the game that you're trying to play. You know, I think you maybe ought to know this ain't my first rodeo. I've been around long enough.
The Canton, Texas flea market self-proclaims that it is the largest flea market in the world. And if you're going to have the largest flea market in the world, you definitely need the ability for people to get around. They have scooters and carts. As soon as you walk out of the first building, they have a scooter and cart rental service, which is great because honestly, this place looks huge. The website says that they have over 5,000 vendors. It's free to get in with only a $5 per vehicle charge for parking. And we chose to come on Thursday, which is the very first day of the market, and it is when all the vendors are setting up. I like to go the first day because I tend to find the most rare and valuable items on the first day. Look at that horse art. That's pretty amazing.
I've been around long enough to know that some things you can't take.
I'm gonna get this for Roger. It's a little French-English dictionary. Isn't that cute? Look how old it is. I think that's perfect. This is where you're gonna find me half of today, right here in front of the fan.
Come on, baby. Oh, I ain't got time to change your mind, 'cause the bus is a humming. Are you staying? Are you coming? first rodeo.
Oh my goodness, this is so cool. I love it. Ready to hang and everything. Let's see how much that is. I just realized this is broken here. I think I'm gonna pass on it since it's so early in the day and it's broken. But isn't that cool? Wouldn't that be fun for our tiki party in the backyard, babe? Look at these palm trees. These are amazing.
They're cool.
They are really, really cool. Yeah.
That's a good price, dude.
That'd be really pretty too if you wanted to have a destination wedding during like COVID and you couldn't. You could put these like in a park or in a backyard, string some lights, pretend you're in a tropical oasis. Whoa, I see some amazing carved wood things back in the very back. We gotta go check this out. Look at this headboard. That is really amazing. So it's like a pot with all the plants coming out of it. This headboard reminded me of the Diego Rivera painting, Girl with Lilies, which I actually saw inside that very first building we were in. It's one of my favorite paintings of all time. Gotta find all the treasures. Elisa Larson lamp? Just kidding. Not so much. Hey, there's a little mid-century jack. Nope. It's new and weighs about 10 ounces. My strategy is to look for the most cluttered booths because they tend to have the most hidden treasures and the most true, authentic antiques. These are adorable. No, $7.50 each. They're actually really heavy. Those are cute though. Yeah, I might want those. Let's see what other smalls they've got here. Always trust your gut when you think you have an intuition that something might be a valuable piece, or maybe you just really love it. Go ahead and grab it. The owls turned out to be rare mid-century Japanese cast iron paperweights, and they were valued at between $75 and $90 each. I ended up selling the pair on my website for $146. The thing that's so fun about markets like this is it almost feels like a massive garage sale. You have vendors that have very put together booths and a lot of antiques, and then you have other vendors that just have tons of stuff that you have to dig through to find those hidden treasures. And personally, Jesse and I love to do the digging. We don't want it to come too easy because then it's not as exciting when you find something that you love or that's valuable. Those are leather straps on those.
They're belts.
Oh my gosh. It's like my belt purse. Someone repurposed it.
Old belts and then
And the aluminum frame. You guys, look at this. That is so clever and really fantastic. Nicely done. That's gorgeous. Got a whole garbage bin full of treasures. Oh, those are home crests. Those match our loungers. Yeah, they really are. I'm obsessed with these because I've never seen them before. There's even 2 of the matching side tables to go with those. Those are neat. I hope someone finds those today and refinishes them. They look great. All right, this looks like a good spot for smalls. Ooh, I like this basket. Pretty color. I had a blue one identical to this. See how much they're asking. This one's interesting. It's double-sided, so I think it's actually maybe a vase. You could put flowers in it. This piece of pottery reminded me so much of my grandma. My grandma was a horse trainer, and I spent a lot of my childhood from a very early age on the back of a horse. And this just made me think of her, which I thought was special, so I wanted to share that memory with you. This really is a great market for furniture. We are probably only 1/10 of the way through, and I've seen some really good stuff. This is what I want next, a little Airstream. So many of you have suggested that when Jesse and I go on these trips that we drive and we bring a trailer or a U-Haul. And although that is one of my lifelong dreams, it's not feasible right now because my husband's job doesn't allow him to take endless vacation days. So for now, we're going to be doing our trips traveling by airplane, but hopefully someday we will be able to take a cross-country trip. How much is this bag right here?
That one's $2.
$2? All right, I'm gonna take that.
Thank
Thank you.
you. It's cool.
It's really cute. It's perfect for a little summer bag. I just wanted to show you guys these. I thought they were really fun. They've got horse heads on them. Once we have our fireplace all refinished, I'm gonna start looking for some fireplace tools, and I'm hoping I can find some maybe with a wolf on them or a lion. Any kind of big cat would be awesome too. For a second, I thought someone turned that little chair into like a porta potty, and then I realized that's a planter. I thought, oh wow, that's one way to do it, but it's just a planter. You want that moped?
Yes.
Babe, you'd look so cute on that thing. I would support that purchase. You can even drive it all the way home, and I'll just fly home and I'll meet you back home. Lots of horses here. Here's a triple horse head table. That's pretty sweet. I'm always talking about the shape, but seriously, look at the shape. That's a really cool table. It's only $48. That'd be really fun to play games on too, because you can sit right here and you can play a hand of poker around it. Look at these beauties. Oh my goodness. This is pretty and looks really old. This is a great one. Let's see what they're asking. As is, no price on it. Is that a home crest table too? I think it is. $59. Oh my gosh, it's got kitties on it. That is so cute. Look at this, it's Mexican embroidery and it has kitties all over it, even the skirt. It is so fun. Oh my goodness, that's too fun. I love it. This was probably one of my very favorite mid-century vendors. She had really, really good stuff. The pricing was higher because it was so curated, but it's always fun to look even if you're not gonna buy something. $5 for this? Okay, thank you. I have these exact Roadrunner coffee mugs. They're so cute. I've never seen the little ones. We have only been here for a little over an hour, and we've already looked at dozens and dozens of vendor spaces. There are some really great things here. I feel like you could bring an entire truck home very easily with the deals that I'm seeing here. As someone who has worked at flea markets over the years, I know how much work it takes to set up for one of these events, and I'm thoroughly impressed that they literally have thousands of vendors that come out here every first Monday weekend and set up all of this stuff. The word on the street from other YouTubers and pickers who come to this flea market quite regularly is that the best months to come are the spring and fall. This is the only month this year that we had the opportunity to come, and I didn't want to wait until next year. So we went ahead and booked our trip in September, which we knew was going to be pretty hot. And I am not regretting that decision at all, as hot as I am right now. He's on just a board, so we can easily take it off and roll it up. It does, in a really cool frame. Oh, he's so cute. I'm so excited. Let's find out how much he is. How much for this tiger?
$5.
$5? I think I'll take it. He's so cute. Is that a planter or a table base? Maybe both.
Table base. No. See, it's got the little.
Oh yeah, the little rubber thingies. Yeah, we had a table similar to that once that we sold at a flea market. But it could be turned into a planter. Wouldn't that look amazing with like a big palm coming right out of the top of it? That's how I would use it. Apparently today is all about owls for me. These are so cute. They're not for sale?
No, I'm gonna put book.
Okay, I will take those. Those are cute. I'm gonna get this for Michelle because I know she likes to use these to keep her notes in, and it doesn't have any writing in here, so I think that's gonna be great. And then look at this. Oh my gosh. We have a theme for the day, big cats. This is a 1970s runway Raza piece.
All the different patterns, see the names of them. I
Wow.
just thought it was incredible.
It's
You
beautiful.
know, these I guess would be the border lines.
So you probably start with the pattern with that. Oh my, look how
Hey.
intricate they get.
Hey, look, it's just crazy.
Wow.
I mean, and you know, I've seen looms before, and it's just like
Yeah, so I have an antique loom and I haven't started yet. This might be a
my
sign.
mom's got one. she plays with it every once in a while.
How much are you asking for that?
Probably do like 35 on it.
35.
Yeah, being all clean and colorful.
Would you do 50 for all three? 32, that's pretty. It's got marcasite and the coral inlaid into it. And that's fun with the different colors on the side. It's pretty. There's two of them. We put the first load in the car. We got some water. The hair's up in a ponytail. We cooled down with the AC blasting for about 10 minutes. And we're ready for round 2 now. What do you think? Are you ready for the scooter yet?
Like, is there elephant ride?
Elephant rides? Now, I would totally take an elephant ride if I could.
I'm not ready for a scooter. My legs can handle this.
Yeah, we've been practicing. We've been getting our walks in. So, well, not practicing for this specific event, just practicing good health. Here's a set of these Dorothy Thorpe cups. I just got a couple of these on my Oregon coast trip. They're only asking $4 a glass, so that's a pretty good deal. I'm not going to bring these with me because I find them fairly often back home, but also because I want to put lots of brass in my bag and I don't want to worry about these breaking. So your awesome space is just the beginning?
You got miles to go. You're at the Civic Center right here, so you're right in here right
Okay.
now. And you got, you know.
All this? And the red stuff too?
Oh my goodness.
Original 6. This is
And-
where the first, okay.
And then across the road here, this
Oh,
road
that's
right here,
downtown
which
there.
is right there where they're driving,
Uh-huh.
the city owns this. An individual owns that. And
Oh.
it's just all those pavilions there, all the way down.
Oh my goodness.
Easily to walk to? Can I walk? It's
Yeah.
not that far? Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Have a good trip.
You too, or good sale. We're finally here. So we found out that we weren't even getting started with the flea market, that there was an entire enormous pavilion with many vendors in the fields beside it. At this point, we are both so drunk. We are just overwhelmed with the amount of options and stuff there is. And I'm trying to make really smart decisions with what I've purchased to take back in my luggage with me. I have always dreamed of coming to the South and looking for turquoise jewelry, and I was blown away by how many vendors had enormous collections of Native American and Mexican sterling silver and just incredible vintage jewelry. If you are a collector of Southwestern jewelry, this is the market to come to. I cannot believe out of all of this amazing old hardware, I haven't found any mid-century brutalist pieces yet. I'm not going to give up hope, but there's so much antique stuff. I know that there will just be a hidden one somewhere, and probably a lot of the people that shop this market wouldn't even be interested in it. So that's what I'm hoping will happen. There's always that one thing you're on the hunt for, and Jesse and I have been on the hunt for our brutalist hardware for our 1962 home for quite some time now, and we're just having the hardest time finding it. I've been looking on eBay, on Facebook Marketplace, other auction sites, estate sales, thrift stores, flea markets, but that will make it all the more exciting when we finally do find the right hardware. If you're looking for architectural salvage or lighting hardware and door hardware other than brutalist brass pieces, come check out the pavilion. I'm noticing a lot more of that stuff out here in the covered pavilion area. I'm not going to give up. We're going to find this hardware. This is the closest thing to mid-century hardware we've found so far, but I know it's going to be here somewhere because we are just getting started. This piece would be really neat. It needs a little bit of work, you can see here. But if you were to kind of give a nice wood oil to that, that could be really great. Once you get through the entire pavilion, it opens up into a field with even more vendors, and I found these vendors to have some of the best pricing in the entire market. I'm so happy right now. These are beautiful. $8 for the set. Wow. Those are beautiful. How much are these wallets?
Those big folders are $4 a piece, but that wallet there is $8.
$8.
Cost a lot of money new. I mean, those are new still, but they're new old.
They're new old?
Yeah,
okay.
They came from a closed down store.
Oh, okay.
They've never been used.
I'm gonna get this one.
Take me back to the old dirt road where Mama and Papa used to go. Let's sing all them songs from a long time ago and pine for them old days.
Have you changed your mind yet?
No.
This little squirrel's so cute. Oh my gosh, I might have to get him. He's adorable. That's a really pretty pot too. Oh, I like that they have these on the cash register. This would be such a cool workstation because it's already got wheels on it, but then you have this whole surface area. I need something like that to put my wrapping paper on in my shipping station. $5 for this little cutie. Look what's laying in the grass here. That's amazing. That is so not gonna fit in my luggage and be under 50 pounds, but wow. That'd be neat on a fireplace mantle. Well, not a mantle.
Hearth.
Fireplace hearth. That would be cool on a fireplace hearth. Even when you're at a flea market and you feel like a lot of the vendors have things at a high price, I promise you it never hurts to ask. I found a vendor in the very first building that I had walked by earlier, assuming that their pricing was going to be a little bit too high because they had such a great curated selection of jewelry. It turns out that they were there to sell that day, and they even let me dig through bags that they had never been through before. My heart was bursting with joy as I dug through those bags, and typically vendors will give you the best price depending on the quantity you buy. So I set aside all of the pieces that I was loving into a pile, and they were ready to sell because they gave me a great deal. I ended up paying less than $25 per ring. Be still, my heart. You guys, it is a gold squash blossom necklace. How stunning is it? Wow, I have to ask how much it is. I just gotta know.
I'll do 1,800. I got 25 on it.
So Jesse loves the thrill of the hunt, and he had one specific record that he'd been looking for a few months, and it turns out that one of the vendors had the exact album that he was looking for and knew exactly where it was. So he was pretty thrilled about that. So I was hoping to find textiles on this trip because they're so easy to pack in my luggage. And I just found bins, literally giant bins full of textiles, and the pricing looks like it's going to be really good. My biggest lesson that I've learned so far today is that you can't see this entire flea market in one day. I would highly recommend setting aside at least 2 days to come to this market, because as much fun as we are having, we're feeling the pressure. We're feeling a little bit rushed. When I come back next time, I'm gonna stay for the whole weekend. They have an entire bin designated just to needlepoint work. So amazing. This is so weird because I've watched YouTube videos of people doing this before, digging through these bins, and it's kind of surreal being here actually doing it. Round 2 is done. So Jesse is happy. He found exactly what he was looking for today. Can you believe it? I can't believe it.
It's like it was so.
All right, now we're gonna go take another break and get some lunch and cool off, and then we're coming back for round 3. Serious fried chicken burger, babe.
I know.
Are you ready for that? Did you work up an appetite?
I don't know.
I am always preaching community over competition. And one of the reasons why I believe so much in that is that antique stores that tend to be in a cluster, meaning there are 3 or 4 of them within walking distance of each other, always tend to stay in business the longest. It is always more fun to go vintage shopping when you can stop for lunch and go visit 3 to 4 stores. Some flowers and fringe caught my eye down here. This is a beautiful vintage scarf. Look at all of that incredible needlework. They're asking $40, and I think a lot of the vendors are having sales today because it is the flea market weekend. First find today here. I almost missed this right here. So red tags are 50% off and green tags are 25% off in this booth right here. But it looks like this dealer has 3 booths. So I'm gonna see if I can find some good deals in here. I think I spotted a bohemian oasis back here. I always love when you find that vendor that is right up your alley and everything in the space is your style. They even have my spun fiberglass chair set that I've been looking for. Why do I always find this when I'm out of town and I can't take it with me? How much are they asking for them? I'm down for renting a car and driving back. I can be gone next week. I'm just kidding. I do love solo traveling, but I don't want to drive across the country by myself. But I do think that someday we are going to have to take a cross-country trip and load up an entire U-Haul full of treasures. Ooh, this is fun. This is carved. Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot. $20. What's it say on there? West Germany. 20 bucks. I'm getting that for sure. What else is in here hiding? Oh, look at the cute little owls. Those are adorable.
These are my favorite kind of antique stores, the ones where you turn a corner and you don't know what to expect. This antique store had a lot of vendors, and they had everything from rustic farmhouse, mid-century modern, bohemian, shabby chic, art deco. They really had a wide variety of vendors. This is not my style, but I was really impressed by this beautiful collection of glass. They had some uranium glass, and they also had a whole bunch of this beautiful purple glass. I might have seen a piece or two in the past, but I've never seen a collection this large. If you know what this glass is called and who the maker was, please let me know in the comments below. I'd love to learn a little bit more about this.
What are these wings? I gotta check this out. I don't know what that is. Harley Davidson? Oh my gosh, I'm an idiot. I was wondering what these wings were. I thought maybe it was a Thunderbird or an eagle, and then I was like, HD. I don't know what that is. Do you? Harley Davidson. Duh.
Oh.
It's definitely coming in style. It's this 80s Art Deco revival kind of look that we're seeing everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You know what it needs? It needs one of those like pleated lampshades, like the pointy pleated ones.
Oh yeah, I do know what you're talking about.
In like a mauve color.
Mauve?
Yeah.
That could work. That could work. I like the color too. It's like a slate gray. What is this for? Knives? Is this like a little knife block? What is that? Old knife holder. I like this. I think I'm gonna get it. What's this little thing hiding back here? I'm confused. It looks like it turns.
It's like a bingo wheel.
A bingo wheel?
Or it's like a game thing.
Oh yeah, look at the little tab.
Wooden spinner. I feel like it's...
Why do I want to make a clock out of it?
I don't know.
Slow down, mama. Why you talk so mean? Good Lord, Nashville, it ain't what it seems. Got nice clothes, late night shows, boogie down at the bar, fiddle tunes and homemade booze, but it always goes too far. Shooting pool, crack a jack, take off now and don't look back, but hey, don't you wanna play?
The owner of the previous antique store had told us about this place, and he said to look for the beautiful garden area, and he was right. You really can't miss it.
Something like this would be so fun for Little Italy. I have a little tiny like coffee bistro style table, but it would be fun to have something up there where I could actually have a proper dinner. And I don't like the seat covers, it's recovered, but I like the shape on this and the color would be really fun. So hopefully I can find something maybe like that back home. Look at this owl here. It's a giant wicker owl. He's pretty cool. What is with today and owls? As soon as I turned off the camera, he said, you'd think we were in Alabama. Dad joke. Look at how big that butterfly is. It's so pretty. This space is calling my name. I'm gonna go in this one.
We had one final antique store to visit, and we actually saved the best for last, not on purpose. This was probably the largest of the antique stores in downtown Canton, and they had some really good sales. I really recommend coming to these antique stores when they are having the first Monday, because I think that the vendors have sales specifically because they know there's going to be a lot of people in town and they're ready to shop. For a split second, I thought that this was a penguin ice bucket. It is not. It's just a beautiful old antique relish dish.
That is a gorgeous wardrobe. Look at the wood on that. $100. Why is this only $100? What? What? Why would it only be $100? That's amazing. I don't need a wardrobe. That is amazing. $100. You can't even get like a really terrible IKEA one for $100. Seriously. Someone come to Canton, Texas right now and buy this, please.
Castle something.
1920s.
Phone
Tube radio
caster.
speaker. Oh.
Oh. geez.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wasn't expecting that.
No.
It's pretty neat though. Ooh, I like the shape on this one. $10, getting that. I think these are authentic Dorothy Thorpe, Jesse. $20. Remember when I used to have these exact pillows? I got them at Goodwill. I had those for a long time. Oh my goodness, I am telling you, I am so here for the owls right now. Look at this one. This is better than those bookends that weren't for sale. Let's see how much it is. $12. Heck yeah. I'm gonna add this owl to my pile.
We didn't end up going back to the market after the antique stores and lunch. We were so exhausted by this point. It had been an early morning and we had just gotten into town the night before. So we went back to the hotel and I was able to go ahead and go through all of my items and get them packaged up because we still had 2 more days of picking. If you followed my videos this past summer, you know that I picked up an antique loom, and it is something that I have always wanted to do. I've always wanted to learn how to weave, and finding this was just another push in that direction. I'm really hoping that this can become a hobby that I have for the rest of my life. It's going to be something that I take serious, but I also want it to be something that I never lose the fun of. So I'm not doing it for work. I'm just going to do it for myself, and I'll share with you guys what kind of things I create. This was such a cool find. It's a beautiful Romanian weaving book from 1976. And this is really inspiring me to get learning and start watching more YouTube videos on how to weave. And hopefully I can even start with one of these patterns from this book. Outside of going for fun, the other main thing that I was going to Texas for was to find vintage jewelry for my online shop. And this is probably my favorite piece that I found today. It's a flower, but I love that it also reminds me of a whale's tail. There's just something about the texture on it. And I love that it has a very abstract modernist design to it. I just need to find the perfect collar necklace to add to it. Some of these rings that I got are very valuable. I ended up getting the majority of these rings for $25 or under, which gives me really good margins because I would value these rings at between $75 and $150 each. One tip I would give if you are beginning to look for jewelry and you don't know a lot of the artists and designers to look for, always look for lots of stamps. Whenever you find a piece that has a lot of stamps like this, that is always a good sign. This one turned out to be a very good investment. Every time I go picking, there's always some kind of a theme, and today the theme was definitely owls. I even found a crushed turquoise and coral owl ring. This is another one of my favorite pieces. I don't find coral as often as I do turquoise, and I like the modernist design on it with the oxidized shadow box. This one's also really interesting. It's some kind of a claw, and it's mixed with a cut piece of turquoise. It's just not something that you come across every day. I only paid $10 for this Mexican sterling wave cuff, and it's a nice heavy sterling silver. That's a really good deal, and it's got all the stamps down there. Sometimes it's hard to film when I'm digging through jewelry, so you didn't actually see me find this one on camera, but I found it by itself amongst a bunch of costume jewelry. This one's beautiful because it's got the very green turquoise in it. That one would be perfect for Christmas time because it's red and green. And another one of my favorite pieces is this amazing Leopard Jasper pendant. It's really large, and I love the neutral colors on these. This is a Mexican sterling piece. These two are probably my favorite two pieces I found today. And I got these cute little brass bohemian fringe earrings. These were only a few dollars, and I think that these were probably originally made in India. I just think they're so cute because it's got the little elephant at the bottom. Another sterling bracelet I found in the costume jewelry. And I thought that this decanter was really wonderful. It's carved wood, made in Germany. And what I like about it is that it has a rustic look to it, yet it has a minimalist modern shape to it. And I think that's gonna go really well with my style. The majority of the things that I picked up today are for resale. This is a Teak pepper grinder, and it was only $10, and I think that this vendor also was having a sale, so I might have only ended up paying $7 or $8 for it. And then I got this cute little brass squirrel for only $5. And I was so happy that I ended up getting some owl things because I wasn't able to buy those carved wood bookends. She was using them just for display that day, and she was just setting up, so she didn't want to let them go. So I'm happy that I found this guy. I got this little dictionary for my friend Roger, who lives in Paris. I like to send him little gifts, and he sends me little gifts. We're kind of pen pals, and he loves a lot of the same things that I do, but he loves antiques too. And so I thought that this was special, and so I'm going to send that as a gift to him. This was a really good find. I think I ended up overall only paying about $5 for this. I lumped in a few items together to get a better price, and these typically sell online for well over $100. I usually list them in my shop for around $80, and every time I've had one, they've always sold. My friend Michelle is an artist, a real artist, and she is incredibly talented. And she does a lot of collage paintings. And so often she will use antique pieces of paper or newsprint in her collages. But she also uses these to write her notes for her art pieces. So I thought that this was a really special gift, and I'm going to be bringing this home to give to her. I love to pick up gifts for my friends on my travels, but I don't want to get them typical souvenirs, so usually I'll grab them something at a flea market. Tooled leather wallets are kind of one of my signature pieces that I always try to have in my shop as often as I can find them. This one was in really good condition, and it really looked like it had never been used, but you could tell that it was a vintage one. This one might seem a little bit outside of my normal things that I would pick up, but I really liked this because I figured once you added in the knives, it would almost look like a starburst clock. I didn't end up having any place in my home to put this on the wall, so I am going to be selling this in my March 1st Friday sale, which is going to be coming up on Friday, March 4th. So keep an eye out for a few of these goodies in that sale. This piece, however, I am planning to keep. I love this one. It's actually double-sided. I don't know if you could see that when I was holding it up in the antique store, and it is round. I think this would be beautiful if I had a round stool that I draped it over, or even displayed in the center of my round dining room table. Look at all of this needlework. It is so beautiful, and it ended up being on sale, so I think I paid around $30 for it. And I think that this is going to be a really beautiful piece to decorate with. This ended up only being $10 when I asked the vendor, and it's a really nice tight woven basket. The colors on it are really fun, and I will forever love baskets. I know gallery wall baskets maybe aren't the most on-trend thing, but I still think they are so beautiful, and I will forever be picking up pieces that are hand woven like this. I think they add so much character to a space. And Jesse even found something at the market. This is the only thing he bought today, and it is the Peter Gabriel album that he just happened to have been looking for. I'm also going to be having this market bag in the March sale. I've been holding on to this one because I didn't want to sell it until spring. I think it's just a beautiful little simple woven bag, and it would be perfect for taking to the market this spring to put your fresh fruits and veggies in it. I have found these vintage brass reindeer before, but I had never come across a pair so large. So I had to get them even though I knew that they were going to create a lot of weight in my luggage to go home. But they are just so fabulous, and I have a smaller pair, and these will be perfect to have with my Christmas display. These little cuties turned out to be quite valuable too, and I'm happy to say that they are already sold and off to their new home to be loved. I thought this winking one was just so adorable. I'm super happy with this haul. I think I got some really awesome pieces, and look at this. All of my finds from today fit in the bottom half of my luggage. So I still have all of this space left for the next 2.5 days for picking in Dallas, Texas. Also, a little pro tip I have is to go ahead and bring bubble wrap with you, just in case you find some breakables. That way you have it on hand. We made it back to Dallas before evening, and I can't wait to share the next vlog with you because we went on quite the wild adventure. Things don't always go according to plan, but sometimes it's because something way better is in store. I will see you guys in Dallas next week.